with us. We were having a technical issue, but we should be okay shortly. So thanks for joining us today for HP Printing Solutions for Apple customers. My name is Katie, and I will be your host for today's event. Before I introduce our speaker, I'd like to cover a few housekeeping items. If you experience any audio issues, you can use our toll-free number at 1-877-668-4493, along with the access code 316-403-693. This number is also located in the chat panel if you did not write it down. Also, following the presentation, there will be time for a question and answer session. If you have any questions, either during or after the presentation, please type them into the Q&A panel that can be found on the right side of your screen. Once the presentation begins, if your Q&A panel disappears, let your mouse hover over the over the WebEx application in the top center of your screen. A control panel should then appear, and there should be a drop-down on the right side where you can select to display your Q&A panel. Today's webinar is going to be recorded, and it will be sent out to you via email next week. You can also access the recording at www.macmall.com. And now I'd like to go ahead and introduce our speaker. Our speaker today is Rick Spillers. And before iPads, iTunes, iPhones, and iPods, Rick has been the HP Worldwide Apple Segment Product Marketing Manager. Rick works directly with Apple to manage a program resulting in over 2,000 current and legacy HP peripherals that work with OS X and iOS. So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to hand it over to the HP team for them to introduce themselves, and then we can go ahead and get started. So Wendy, it's all yours now, Wendy and Anna Maria.
Hi, this is Wendy Code. I'm with HP. I want to thank you all for joining us on the call today. I work with MacMall. They're one of our great customers. And along with me today is Anna. And she is actually, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Anna?
Yeah, my name is Anna Maria Pardini, and I am the Worldwide Segment Marketing Manager for what we call Apple Connect, or the Apple segment inside of HP. And that basically means people who use Apple products and use HP products, both. And I have been doing this since November 8th, 1999. I actually, I moved over, I was living and working in Europe, and I moved over because I couldn't believe I'd have the opportunity to be at HP and work every day with Apple. And people say, wow, you've been in the same job for 12 years. Well, Rick has been in his job for 13 years, and it's wonderful because, as you all know, being Apple users, Apple changes entire industries every couple of years. So you're never stepping into the same river twice. It's never the same job 2 years in a row, and we have grown the HP business for the Apple customers right along with the Apple business. It's just, it's been a wonderful ride. So. Is Rick with us?
Yes, good morning. I'm actually
great.
Having technical difficulties here. So
we can hear you now. That's
okay.
less.
It's going to be 3-4 minutes before I can get into the system here. So yes, hello everyone. My name is Rick Spillers. I'm part of HP's Mac Connect, now Apple Connect team, and my role is kind of in between current products and future products. I work across all of HP and real closely with Apple from the customer point of view, customer experience with our solutions for current and future products, and working across the organization to try to ensure our Apple solutions are as good as we can be. I'm also involved with our iOS activities. We have 20-odd applications on the iTunes store now from representing different parts of HP. And I hope to present some information to you about this in a little bit here. So
Look, I think you can probably talk to the first slide or two without everyone seeing it, just so that we can kind of stay on time and wait for that to pop up.
No, something froze up my system. I had to completely restart. I don't have anything to show at the moment. And Wendy, I'm not sure if you have any information about, promotions or what's going on with Mac Mall at the moment.
So we are running several promotions. Probably the largest one that's ending the end of this month, April, is our Trade and Save promotion. And if you haven't taken advantage of it, there's still time. And it's when you purchase a new HP printer, you can receive a rebate direct from HP when you trade in either an old HP printer, or you can even get additional rebate if you trade in a non-HP printer. So that's a really, if you're thinking about purchasing one, that's a great way to make sure your old printer is recycled responsibly, as well as receiving a little additional information. A little additional rebate funding to help you do that. And if you add on one of our care packs, which are really great for some of our home small office machines, such as our OfficeJet Pro 8600, you can do express exchange for 3 years and be guaranteed a working printer that entire time. So I'm sure Mac Mall can share some details, but we also have a website with that information as well. And then we always have different various instant rebate promotions going on, so make sure you ask your Mac Mall salesperson, and they can let you know about them.
Hey, Rick, while you're waiting, we do have some comments and questions showing up in the My Q&A. One is they've asked you to speak a little bit louder and not so close to the microphone because there's static.
Okay.
And then the other comes from Dean Eshelman. He says, I have HP printers at my office connected via IP addresses. My office is not upgrading any printers in this economy. When is the solution to print to HP printers at my office via IP address, HP 4000Ns, HP 4050s? And earlier he wrote the question a little bit differently, where he says, I'm unable to get my iPad to print with any of the HP App Store apps. Everything says AirPrint. I have no AirPrint printers on my network. What say you? So I think you should be able to use HP Print Home and Biz. I don't know.
Yes. Well, two things there. Regarding from the Mac OS, from the computer, that's very much supported, creating a printer queue using a TCP IP address. So that very much work from the Mac OS 10 side of things. Many of these single-function LaserJets from a few years back, they're actually not supported with Home and Biz app. Mostly the inkjets and some of the newer LaserJets. So there may not be a solution to these LaserJet 4000s at the moment. I believe we're expanding that with an updated app this fall. But yeah, there are some third-party solutions, like Printopia, for example, is one that allows you to print from your iPad to printers that are more than a year or so old that didn't include AirPrint. Does that help?
Yeah, he said HP Home Print and Biz did not work. Well, it sort of did. It printed one page on 4 pages in 24-point font. Another thing, Dean, I know that you wrote on here that your office is not upgrading any printers in this economy, but Rick, what is the lowest, and I don't know what volume you're looking to print off your iPad, but if you're looking to do occasional printing off iPad for people in your office, what would an ePrint-enabled OfficeJet, like, lower-end OfficeJet cost, Rick?
Oh, we have AirPrint-enabled printers down into the 79 range, but like some OfficeJet 6500As, for example, are $149.
Uh-oh. somebody said everything just went quiet. Is there a new technical issue? Everything just went quiet. Can you guys hear us out there?
I can hear you.
I know.
Yeah, it sounds fine to me as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I had everything loaded and going, and then.
Okay, they can hear us. So, okay, Dean says, I do real estate contracts and moving exclusively to the iPad, so I will use it a lot. Then I would probably suggest a low-end laser or an OfficeJet Pro. And I don't know the entry cost for an OfficeJet Pro, Rick.
$299.
Okay. What about a low-end laser that would be ePrint enabled?
You'd be around the
top, which is roughly, well, it depends on it. It's in the low 300s.
We have a LaserJet, like a for a color one. The LaserJet Pro 1025 NW, which is $229 exactly.
So Dean, I would suggest too, take a look at some of those promotions that Wendy just talked about, and you know, you might be able to get one down in a price range that'll meet your needs. Wendy, can you pull up the website Go Mac Reseller? So www.hp.com/go/Mac Reseller.
You know, I have that on my, let me try. You're going to see my whole desktop. I don't know. I can't figure out how to do it otherwise. So I'm clicking it, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Here, it should work now. What I'm doing is I'm making you presenter. So if you go to quick, it should say share my desktop.
I see, share my desktop. Okay. I have two screens. Let me just get out of this really quick. And I'm going to hit share my desktop. Oh. And let's see. Oh, wait, sorry. There we go. Maybe I can put it on my other. There we go. And did it work? Oh, two monitor one. Let's see if that works.
Something's working.
There we go. Is it working?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Sorry,
so can you go to on the right nav, HP Product Guide for Apple products, and open that, please? Okay, and I'm going to have you scroll down to like the last couple pages.
Okay, sorry to move through so quickly.
Okay, right there, right there. And you can go up one more, please. Okay. Rick?
That's showing.
Yes.
Okay, right now what we're looking at is your driver matrix. Can you scroll it up just a little bit? And Rick, why don't you talk a little bit? We're going to get on agenda now, even though we're having technical difficulties. We're just going to wing it. We're going to do a great job. So, okay, Rick,
so
I'm
back running again, but.
You are? Okay. Right now what we have is your driver matrix for HP peripherals. So why don't you talk a little bit about the history of HP working with
Well, if you want, let's switch back, and I can share the presentation now.
Okay.
Okay, so Rick, what I'll do is I'll make you the presenter, and then you should have the option to share your screen.
Okay.
I think it's working.
Yep. Yay.
Yay.
Okay, is that clear to everybody then?
Just go into presentation mode.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Just down at the bottom.
I know. Does he have a split screen and it does weird things. So 1 second here. There we go. Okay. So I'll moving ahead can, is it okay for people just to ask questions during the what we talk about? I would ask that, yeah. If anybody has any questions as I go through, feel free to ask, and I think we can address them right then. So basically, this morning, what we wanted to talk about was these five categories and all the different ways that and solutions that HP offers with our printers with the whole range of Apple devices. As you may or may not know, HP probably has the largest breadth of Mac Connect products. I mean, from little $29 desk jets all the way through our high-end design jets and such, and everything in between are all Apple compatible. And all of our products are Mac compatible, and a number of our products the last few years also work with Apple iOS devices. We have a URL at the bottom there, hp.com/go/Mac. And one of the many things at that website is this 24-page product guide. And you can download this as a low or a high-res PDF. And it lists all the speeds and feeds and specs and features of each printer, including the retail prices. And that driver matrix that Anna Maria was showing a few minutes ago is in the last few pages of that. And what that lists, so we have been working very closely with Apple for many years now, even back in OS 8 and 9 days, including with OS 10. So this is kind of the history, as most of you may know, of the major versions of OS 10 that Apple has released. And they've been pretty busy, a lot busier than our Windows folks. And we've done a good job working with Apple on an engineering level and such to make sure that our drivers and our code and all of our solutions are fully OS 10 compatible. As you know, number 8 down there, this is Apple's currently shipping OS 10 Lion, and they publicly announced OS 10.8 Mountain Lion to be released this summer. And we are working closely with Apple to ensure that our installed base and our currently shipping printers and our future printers are all going to be compatible with 10.8, and I'll touch on that in a moment here. And I just want to be clear as I go forward here, what I'm talking about this morning is mostly our solutions and the range of solutions we have, and not so much of the product stuff. I have a little bit of information there at the end, but this is all around all of our solution stuff with Apple products. Regarding OS 10, the different versions of OS 10, users and customers and everybody can get solutions from these 3 places. We've been working really closely with Apple to provide a full-featured HP driver bundle. We license that free to Apple, and they release it via their Apple software update process that I think most of you are aware of. And we also provide the full drivers on hp.com/support and then drivers on the Inbox CD. However, because of the lag times, with manufacturing and lead times and testing, number one, so we're providing our most updated drivers to Apple to be released through the software update system. We give to Apple every 3 or 4, at least 3 or 4 times a year an updated driver bundle. So that's going to be the best place to get the most recent driver for anything from OS 6, 10.6, 10.7, and upcoming 10.8. The way software update works, if you haven't gone through this before, it's real easy from OS 10. This is a screenshot. Under the Apple, you select software update. You'll see the HP printer software update there, and that only appears if the Apple server detects that there's a newer driver on the server compared to what you have on your system. And then if you choose to select it, you can install those items, and you'll have your updated HP software for your particular product family or your products. When you want to use Apple software update, and this is with a brand new product or with a product you have currently running, and then you update your system or you do something like that, the printer just needs to be connected to the computer, USB, Ethernet, or Wi-Fi. Just the printer and the computer need to be on the same, just need to be connected on the same network or USB, because the system actually looks at the driver software you have in your system, in your OS X system, and compares that with what's on the server. So it has to be all connected and turned on, and then it'll prompt you to grab the newest software. Oops. Here we go. The one difference is, and this is whether you have a brand new product or you have a current HP product, when you, from the CD that comes in the box or the software that HP has available from our driver download site, that bit of HP software includes all those items, those 8 items on the list there. You know, you could actually an installer, you click on it and it guides you through the process to set up and configure your printer. You know, you get the HP Scan app, you get a product registration, you get an uninstaller. Those are the things that come directly from HP or from the inbox software. But from Apple software updates, as I showed you in the previous screen, you get the driver, and we only have one driver. It's the same full-feature driver, whether it's on the inbox CD or from HP.com or from Apple software updates. The driver is the same, but it's just the files that get installed into your system. You don't get the installer or any of some of the helpful things to maybe guide a first-time user through setup. So the purpose of this slide is just to show that we provide one full-feature driver for our Mac software, and it's the same driver that's available, whether it's CD or HP.com or software updates, and then there's some of the different things. You just don't get the installer and those things. And this slide kind of describes that. So moving into 10.8, we are recommending to customers to use Apple Software Update as the first place to go for updated drivers for 10.8, because we'll have everything there. And then there'll be a little bit of a lag time to where we get things posted on HP.com, and then a little more of a lag time to allow for our inbox CDs to roll for the shipping products. And one thing that a lot of people aren't aware of, so we provide print and scan from Apple Software Updates. And we've had this in place working with Apple for at least a couple of years now. And we provide scan files, image capture files, to Apple that are included in the system. And then as a user, you can launch Preview. And Preview is an app that ships with OS X. It's even in the dock. And you launch Preview, import from scanner. You can select your scanner, and that's a great scanning interface, and it's all built into the OS. So user doesn't necessarily have to download and use HP Scan app. Are there any questions regarding our Mac and OS X solutions? You know, older products or newer products? And I'm not able to see if there's any questions because I just have my desktop. Can people still hear me?
I think everyone but the panelists are on mute, so I don't know if there's it a little smaller so you can see if there's questions coming in, because I can't see either.
I can't see either. We just see your desktop, Rick.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe I'll just go through and then look for questions at the end. Would that be okay?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, just a quick reminder, if you hover over the top center of the screen, there should be a drop-down, and then you can bring up the Q&A panel and the chat panel and anything else that you need.
So I see participants, options. Okay, well, we'll just carry through. The next category I'd like to speak towards is, and this is the hot topic, and this is our iOS solutions from iPhone and iPad. And here we'll talk about ePrint, AirPrint, and our mobile apps, and all the different ways and easy ways that we can connect HP printers to iPhones and iPads. So we've had HP ePrint for a couple of years now, which is a great solution. We have AirPrint and we have mobile apps, and these all offer, there's some overlapping functionality, and and also some very different functionality between each of these three things. So ePrint, I think, hopefully a lot of the audience here knows about this. So with ePrint, if you get an HP ePrint-enabled printer, and we've been shipping these for a couple of years now, and most of our printers shipping right now include AirPrint. Take the printer home, set it up, get it configured on your wireless network, web-enable it, and then from your phone or any device, as you see in the left here, from your phone, your tablet, your netbook, your Mac, your iPad, whatever, if you can email to me or your friends, you can email to the printer as well. So basically, you can send a print job from anywhere in the world from your phone or tablet, just using your email client on your phone or your iPad or your Android or your laptop, and it works really well. And this diagram kind of shows the flow where from your phone or your iPad. Well, let me take one step back. From your printer, you would print out it'll print out a page with an email address, and then you just add that email address to your contact list, and then you can just email to the printer like you would email anyone else. And in this last few months, we've actually improved the email client service where now you can give the printer a custom name. You can call it Rick's LaserJet Printer or what have you, or Rick's LaserJet at hp.com, something like that, and you add that into your contact list. When you email to the printer, the print job goes up to the HP cloud. In the cloud's smart enough to know what printer you had, whether it was a PhotoSmart or a LaserJet, and your print job will get rendered in the cloud to the best print quality it can do for the printer that it knows it's going to send the print job to. And then the cloud sends the job to the printer. So this is a really nice way that's getting great reviews. Hopefully some people on the phone have been using it. AirPrint is a little different in that AirPrint is a protocol, and we've been working with Apple on this, and so AirPrint is built into iOS, and we have the AirPrint protocol included in the HP printers. And whereas ePrint works over the Internet, AirPrint only works over a direct local wireless network. So it doesn't work over 3G, and it doesn't work over the Internet. It's just a direct wireless connection. So your iPhone or iPad needs to be on the same wireless network as your HP printer. And this is a diagram that kind of shows the AirPrint flow, from your iPhone or iPad through your wireless network directly to the HP printer. Really easy to use. I think, imagine many on the phone have been using it. The top right window up there, the top right little icon with a little arrow in it, that's called the action button. And that appears in different places in iOS, depending if you have Mail or Safari or Photo, whatever app you're running. You just open up that action button, you select Print. A list of HP printers will show up. If you have more than one, you select your printer and you just say Print, and it's that easy. Now if we go here, we have a great website, hp.com/go/AirPrint. There's a video there. This is where you can get the most updated list of HP printers that are AirPrint compatible. It'll show you some other really cool use cases and things like that. So this is a great website for pretty much anything you want to know about HP and AirPrint. And as I mentioned earlier, what's the difference between ePrint versus AirPrint? AirPrint uses your local wireless network to print from your iPhone and to your HP printer, and ePrint prints over the Internet, 3G or Wi-Fi, through the HP cloud. So ePrint you can print from anywhere. AirPrint you just need to be in your same local network. One second here.